The new leader of Iran, Mojtaba Khamenei, has not yet appeared in public and even missed the traditional Nowruz greeting. Therefore, Western intelligence agencies are increasingly coming to the conclusion that Khamenei may be critically wounded or possibly no longer alive at all. The mystery surrounding Khamenei's whereabouts and condition has only deepened. The Iranian regime is now publishing photographs in which Khamenei is often depicted in clearly fabricated scenes for propaganda purposes. And according to experts, all the photographs featuring Mojtaba Khamenei that the Iranian regime has shown since the beginning of the war are entirely generated by artificial intelligence. And among such images is even a new profile photo for Khamenei's account on the social network X. Moreover, according to Israeli intelligence, many officials in Tehran tried to arrange a meeting with the new supreme leader, but not a single such meeting was approved, even with Khamenei's closest ally, which of course raises serious questions. My name is Alexei Pechi, let's discuss together. Let's discuss this topic together, but before we start, I ask you to subscribe to this channel, like the video, and leave any comment below. If you want to support the work of this YouTube channel, you can do so with any donation, subscription, or even sponsorship on the YouTube platform.
Как это сделать? Все ссылки и реквизит.
You can support the YouTube channel with any donation, subscribe if you haven't yet. So, on Friday during the celebration, voice reports. The US Central Intelligence Agency, Mossad, and other intelligence agencies around the world were watching to see if Iran's new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, would follow the tradition of his father, Ali Khamenei. If you want to support, you can do so with any donation or sponsorship on YouTube. Ignore? You can support the channel with any donation on YouTube.
Но праздники прошли,
No one ever saw or even heard him on YouTube. As a result, the mystery surrounding his physical condition and whereabouts remains. And importantly, Iran's role in military actions has deepened even further. Axios reports that the US and Israel have intelligence indicating that Mojtaba Khamenei is actually alive. For example, there is evidence of attempts by Iranian officials to arrange personal meetings with him, but all officials were denied such meetings, even the closest allies of the Ayatollah. Notably, at closed briefings in the White House, American intelligence stated that they are still working to determine who actually controls the situation in Tehran. Both American and Israeli intelligence have stated in unison that there is not a single piece of evidence that Mojtaba is the one giving orders in the country. They note that most likely Khamenei is of course alive, he is wounded, he is mutilated, but he is alive. But most likely, he doesn't make any decisions at all. In this context, the expression cardboard Ayatollah takes on a completely different meaning. I'll explain a bit later what I mean, in case you missed the news about Mojtaba Khamenei. And he was declared the supreme leader of Iran back on March 9th, but his public reaction was limited to just a written statement on the social network Telegram. 3 days later, on March 12th, American and Israeli intelligence consider the head of Iran's security service, Ali Larijani, to be the de facto leader of Iran. Well, since Israel eliminated Larijani last Tuesday, it's completely unclear who's in charge there now. As a result, Trump stated on Friday, quote, "All their leaders are gone, the next group of leaders is also gone, and the next group as well."
тоже в основном ушла. Имеется в виду.
The authorities and now no one else wants to be the leader of this country. It's hard for us, we want to talk to them, but there's no one to talk to. You know what? We even like it. And here's an interesting point. Supporters of Mojtaba Khamenei claim that he doesn't appear even in videos, not even in audio recordings. Let's put it this way, because he's afraid that Israel will eliminate him. Well, there's such a version that Mojtaba Khamenei. What are they afraid of? Israel? That they could really track him, I don't know, by an audio message, track some background sounds, or by a video message, figure out where he is and eliminate him. That's why, supposedly, Mojtaba Khamenei writes letters, and then they are read out on Iranian state television, and everyone is fine with that. Well, as you remember, in the last letter attributed to Mojtaba Khamenei, it was written that supposedly Mojtaba Khamenei, and he personally came to Tehran, put on commoner's clothes, got into a taxi, drove around Tehran, and listened. What do ordinary Iranians talk about? He says there's no better way to understand what the people are saying than to go down to the people yourself. It sounds funny, but nevertheless, this is the kind of information, that Iranians are being fed right now. That's why I'm not just saying it for no reason, that it sounds absurd when they say that Mojtaba doesn't show up because he's afraid of being eliminated. The thing is, the president of Iran, Masoud Pezeshkian, published a video message on the occasion of Nowruz, even though he also faces the threat of elimination. That's why more and more people are saying that Mojtaba Khamenei is most likely very badly disfigured, maybe even really in a coma, so he physically can't record either an audio or a video message. Moreover, the Wall Street Journal pointed out that the Iranian regime is publishing photos in which Mojtaba Khamenei is often depicted in obviously fabricated scenes to justify themselves. Many of them seem to be generated by artificial intelligence, and among these AI-generated images is a new profile photo for the Khamenei account on the social network X. At the same time, Tulsi Gabbard, the US Director of National Intelligence, states that Khamenei has been seriously wounded, which is causing turmoil in the Iranian leadership. However, the regime still managed to maintain control within the country. Tehran is also striking targets throughout the Persian Gulf, demonstrating that it remains capable of continuing the war. On the other hand, it is worth noting that Mojtaba Khamenei was not particularly public before either. There's a lot going on with him. Khamenei gave only one single interview in 2021 with the sole purpose of paying tribute to his late grandfather. And so recently, the Iranian regime decided to calm the Iranians a little, but in a very strange way. Iran's state media published a video, which you are now seeing on your screens, in which Khamenei is giving a religious lesson. However, the video turned out to be very, very old.
And in reality, that's exactly what was said in reality.
And in reality, it's not only
ولی پایه نامنضبط است شاید حریت علمی میان سبک استدلالی حوزه قم و نجف.
That was Hadel's point. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
مجتبی خامنه‌ای بیان که در پی توجیه ناسوارها باشد
The people of Iran also know very little about Khamenei. Iranians knew he was close to his father and had some influence behind the supreme leader's role, that's all. The absence of Khamenei in the public sphere is mocked by opponents of the Iranian regime. On social media, a video has gone viral in which supporters of Khamenei greet his, cardboard cutout. And that's not. This video is definitely not generated by artificial intelligence, as funny as it may sound. But this is actually a real video in which Khamenei is made of cardboard. And now some people call him the cardboard Ayatollah, and some even doubt that he's alive at all. As a result, state propaganda gets involved in the situation. It generates posters, billboards, and videos to reinforce the message of continuity between father and son, Ali Khamenei and Mojtaba Khamenei. In the images, Khamenei is often shown standing next to his father and Ruhollah Khamenei, the first supreme leader of the Islamic Republic, and this is extremely strange. That is, no one in the world has ever seen or heard Mojtaba, no one knows where he is, what's happening with him, and so on. But the Iranian regime keeps assuring the Iranian people that they now have a new leader whom they simply must blindly follow. I'll leave it at that. Share your opinions and conclusions in the comments below this episode. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and don't forget to like. If you want to support the work of this YouTube channel, you can do so with any donation. Links and details are in the description of this video. And I encourage you to subscribe to my Telegram channel, Pechenyu. The link to it is also in the description of this video. That's all for now. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye, everyone.